Oh Lord.
We're
here. Oh my God.
We're here.
My God.
We're live.
Yes. We are live. Episode 1 Foundation. So I'm gonna start off with this. Welcome to the Business LAB Unfiltered, where we, Omegia Keeys, and my business partner and my best friend,
Kathy Taylor.
provide you with business tips and trade secrets, along with the good, the bad, and the ugly of being an entrepreneur. Together, we are your digital business coaches.
Let's go.
So, Kathy, what are your plans for the new year?
Well, besides this podcast, books, more books, and some other news. We can't really share everything going into New Year, but we have a lot in store.
I mean, that too, but do you have any New Year's resolutions?
I don't really do just New Year's resolution because I believe set some goals and just, achieve them. And for me, it's really about setting dates and getting stuff done.
I'm about the same way. Like, I don't set any New Year's resolutions. I make goals and have full thought plans of what I want to do, and then I just add to it. But you know what my goal was for 2021 that I did?
You wanted to lose weight.
No. My goal for 2021.
You wanted to start talking to people.
That was what Kathy wanted me to do. Anyway, what I said in 2021, something that I said that I'm following through with. I said I'm going to go through and do everything with the audacity of a mediocre white man. Yes. Like, I'm just going to step out there and I'm just going to put it out there and I'm just going to do it. And I feel like I did a great job of that this past year.
I have really watched you grow this year. I think just over the last few years, I mean, you're amazing anyway. But this year has been, phenomenal for you. I've watched you birth into so many different. You're like, they say, I'm a superhero. That's you.
Well, you know what? I am able to do that because of the support that I have. When you have people in your corner, like my girl Kathy, you're just able to grow and feel, because when they see you do stuff and they like it and enjoy it, and then they're sitting there looking like, okay, well, what's next? You continue to do that because you're not getting shut down. So that's one of the reasons why I really blossomed, because I felt like I had been holding back so much. Yes, people have been seeing me do things. I'm constantly doing things, but they have never seen me be all that I am. I was confined, but now I'm like, whatever, y'all gonna get this.
Mimi, your brain can't be confined. Have you actually read some of your stuff? You have a creative brain, so being a creative, you have to have people around you who just let you be free as a bird, and you need that space, so you can feel comfortable doing what you need to do. And I just let you do whatever you want to do. Okay, just tell me what I need to do.
Girl, shoot, half of this creativity, you gotta understand, I was being creative in ways where I was sneaking and being creative, though. Like, I was writing literally in the shadows, like literally funny story, true story time. Woo! Uh-oh. I was actually in the military. I was in officer training, and I actually was on my bunk and would drop down the cover sometime, so I could write in peace. I don't know what they thought I was doing with the cover down, but I was over there really writing some romantic and erotic novels.
Hold on, let me get my pen because it just got hot under them covers.
Look, that's what I was doing. I was writing those novels back there because I was like, look, you cannot stop me. I'm going to do what I want to do. But when I released them, during that time, I was releasing them under so many different names so people wouldn't know it was me.
But why?
Because I was scared. Like, that's the truth.
Scared of what?
Shit, scared of people seeing me, because I had, years before that, I had stepped out when I first published my first book. When I first stepped out and it had my name on it, I mean, the heat that I got from that, people just were, oh God, it was 2007, people just were, ugh. I mean, and not just strangers, like family, friends, so-called friends, whatever. I can't believe you wrote that. You writing that stuff and you nasty, just whatever. Anyway, girl, why are we here today?
Well, we're here because it is 2021 and we're going into 2022
Yes.
with some business lab coaching.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Business like a boss. Our lab for us does not mean we're stepping in the lab. When we say
Yes.
lab, we mean like a boss.
Yes.
Because we are bosses and we want you to be bosses too. But I'm going to explain why we're here today. We are here today. Well, let me backtrack. To answer that, I have to give you a little bit about my true backstory. I'm the owner of About Face Media. You see that About Face Media and that tell all behind us. If you're watching us on video, if you're watching us on audio, you won't see that. But if you're listening on audio, I said watching on audio. But if you're listening to us, we're business partners. It's About Face Media and Tell All Inc. combined to make the Business Lab Inc.
Yes.
And that's who we are. So I'm the owner of About Face Media, a former best-selling erotic romance author and owner of a book publishing company back in the day. Currently an author still. Just really focused on my books, not publishing a bunch of other people right now because I just don't have the time. Owner of Business Like a Boss Inc. and Lab Cosmetics with my partner, but it wasn't always this way. When I first started with the big puzzle, we're gonna edit that out. I might just leave it because we're so crazy. Yes. When I first started my book publishing company, I was in the middle of a divorce. The divorce was not great. And I was also in the middle of an EO complaint with the military. Woo! Plus dealing with the loss of one of my close friends in the military. It like that year, everything just like hit me, so bad. Divorce is hard enough by itself. But when you add in that EO complaint that I had with the military, and this is something I really don't talk about, but I think it is very good for me to share. That EO complaint was because I was dealing with so much racism. Like the racism I was dealing with was like uncanny. I showed up to work one day with just regular micro braids, and my supervisor at the time, which shouldn't have been my supervisor, but it's a whole other story because technically I outranked his ass. But anyway, my supervisor had the nerve to tell me that I looked like Whoopi Goldberg with my hair. Oh, your hair is just like Whoopi Goldberg. And he thought that was okay.
But we all know nobody can look like Whoopi.
No. Whoopi is fabulous in her own right, but there is a big difference between wearing braids, box braids, micro braids, and locks. There is a big difference. And he absolutely did not do it as a way of praising Whoopi Goldberg. That was not praise. That was an outright insult. But also during that time, I had literally just came back from officer training, and out in the military, I was in the Army, but I was in the Army by way of the Indiana National Guard, but on Title 10 orders, which is full-time active duty orders. I went to officer school down in Georgia. This looks a little hard for me because I don't talk about it a lot. I went through officer training, and then I came back to the state of Indiana. The state of Indiana, with my leadership there, refused to recognize me by the state as an officer. I am out of the military now, and even on my information at the VA, it literally says sergeant, lieutenant on all of my paperwork. What? Because they still recognize me federally as an officer, but the state of Indiana, sergeant. So it says lieutenant sergeant on all my stuff. It is the craziest thing ever. And they laugh about, like, we laugh about it now, but during that time, like it was just a really hard process. They tried to give me orders. When I first came back, they tried to send me to Afghanistan because my sergeant major was a racist asshole, and he did not want me there because technically as an officer, I outranked that sergeant major. And, he had just basically gotten, he was actually deployed before I got there, but he messed up overseas. So they sent his butt back stateside to face some charges and, whatever. A lot of times in the military, when you mess up, they sent you to what basically was a training facility to get you out of the way. And so basically that was the type of person he was. But he was so mad that my little black butt was up in their operations trailer that he literally, I heard this man sit there and tell me, oh, we're going to get rid of her. We're sending her to Afghanistan. And I don't have a problem going to the Middle East. I served my time, total 16 years in the military.
Yay, kudos.
Yeah.
Give kudos.
So I've done my time. I have no problem deploying anything like that. But what you won't do is send me somewhere because you're upset, not attached to my unit, but purposely attaching me, a woman during that time, we really couldn't be part of the infantry, but you can be attached to it on the headquarters level. But you were trying to purposely put me in harm's way.
Punishment.
Yes. So it was a lot of that stuff going on behind it. A lot of it. And then, like I said, I had one of my close friends pass away. We had just led PT, physical fitness that I was in charge of.
So how did you handle or escape some of the things that you were going through?
Girl, what happened was that wake up call was when I was pulled over, literally sitting on the side of the road. Like I had broken down. Like I was pulled over. I was supposed to be heading into work and pulled over. I thought I was having a heart attack. I honestly thought I was having a heart attack. I thought I was dying there. The universe or whatever got me to up one more exit, which was where the hospital was at. I made it up the exit, got into the emergency room. Like you could not tell me I was not dying. Like I wanted to make sure my paperwork was straight so my kids would be taken care of and everything. I was like, call this person, because I'm not going to make it. Come to find out it was a panic attack.
Yes. And if you guys have never experienced a panic attack, it is one of the worst experiences you can have. And I've actually had those, so I understand. I mean, you're thinking, I'm having a nervous breakdown, something is wrong, which will be a whole nother discussion for a later date to get into those things.
Right.
But yeah, I'm sure that was a lot of stress and pressure.
Yeah, it was just, just like in the military, it's like everything I did constantly being second guessed, undermined, dealing with the divorce. And I forgot to add in, my son's father that was not through this marriage, his father was constantly making death threats and people were taking it as a joke. Black women get killed all the time from abusive men, and they were literally taking this as a joke. This man had pulled a gun out on me, but people were acting like it was a joke. And so I was, like I said, I was dealing with a whole lot. But how I got through that, writing was my escape. I had already started writing books. This all went down around between 2010 and 2012 with this madness that I was going through right there. But I had started writing my books in 2007. And through the chaos, people kept asking me, how could I help them with their books? So I was just giving my advice here and there. But then crazy, the person I was going through a divorce with, his mom actually asked me to help her publish her book. She was basically like, I don't give a damn what y'all going through. She was like, I love you. That ain't got nothing to do with me. You always gonna be my daughter-in-law. She was that type of person, and I love her for that. She basically was like, okay, so can you help me? Because I want to tell my story. And she has a great book that I helped publish. She was one of my first authors that I published. It was on gambling addiction. And so I helped her tell her story. Helping her helped me because in that moment, because she believed in me, I built the whole publishing company up off of that. Me helping that one person. And I went from one person to having 50 authors up underneath me in less than 2 years.
That's awesome.
It's like, oh, child, when I say it was crazy, but that plan helped me see that I was not going to accept those next orders from the military. I already had another medical condition going on anyway. So I didn't re-enlist and took that medical chapter out. So I'm medically retired, thankfully. Give me that check because I did that time. Anyway, yeah, I basically what I did was I put a plan together and I saw it through. That's basically the bottom line. I didn't let all of that stuff get me down. But what about you, Kathy? This can't be all about me. What about you? Tell us about your building blocks. What's your foundation?
Well, and for the record, I really don't like talking about me. I love hearing about other people's stories and their life stories, but what I do know and understand is sometimes sharing your journey helps others see their way. But my background started out actually in restaurants. Most people don't know I've always managed. So I've managed numerous of restaurants here in Atlanta. And then I got an opportunity. My mom actually had a staffing company, and an opportunity came up in real estate.
Hmm.
And she said, there's an opportunity to be a processor. And I said, I don't know anything about processing loans and whatever. And I took it, interviewed, didn't know anything. And they actually really liked me. So I became a processor. It wasn't even months later. I went into loan officer. It wasn't even months later. I became running the HR department.
That's because that's my boss stepping up. That bossed
And
up.
ended up being the general manager for, a well-known mortgage company here in Atlanta, who we did a lot of advertising. So, with all of that background, it actually has led me into the Tell All Inc. world of doing event planning. And now in between that, I was doing some network marketing. And looking back, I can see how all of these things relate to everything that I'm doing now that has helped me help others. But network marketing, and during the time, the mortgage industry was starting to tank, it was going down. And I just remember sitting there worried. And I think Reggie's job was ending, my husband. And I was thinking, what are we going to do? And we, not long had our house and, nice cars. We had bills out of the wazoo. And I just remember being scared. And we needed to start a business.
Hold up. One thing I forgot to say, because you also had a baby and I also had kids. That's, we gloss over that, but she had to take care of her family.
When I tell you, not only taking care of her family, because even when I did manage restaurant, I mean, I went from, yes, being pregnant, being on, early, going through sickness, everything, and raising Kayla. I was working 50 to 60 hours a week and still running things. And it's very hard for, women, because even through all of that, I was still fighting for pay. So
Yeah,
as women,
and that's a big thing.
for women, we always are competing with, our male counterparts of what our worth.
It is. And unfortunately, as Black women are competing, and then Black women, we're in a whole other subcategory up under that. We still get paid less than what the white women pay. So you are double fighting.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So fast forward, when the industry tanked, again, I had to do something else. And that's when I birthed, because I was doing a little bit of um, decorating, doing parties and stuff for, a few of my friends. And I said, I might as well make a business out of this. And I sat on it for a year or so, sat on it for a year. And then when everything really crashed, I just picked up and started Tell All Inc., which is event planning, management, consulting. And now, filmmaker, producer with with my ace boon coon
That's right.
and an author. So all of those experiences, and there's so many stories I could tell, along the way, which I know eventually we'll get through some of that stuff.
It'll come out. It'll come out. But that said, the bottom line is we've been through some shit.
Yes.
We've been through some shit, but we are
gosh.
still standing. We're still standing.
You guys do remember, this is unfiltered.
Hey, whatever. The bottom line is, even though we are both still standing, we built a foundation.
Yes.
We had plans and we saw it through. Because without those building blocks, we would not be where we are today. Without that foundation, that strong foundation. Yeah, that is awesome. But you know what? I'm so sick. Of these business memes that say, get you an LLC. Oh my gosh. Okay, cool. Get your LLC. But then what?
Nobody tells you. And here's the thing, guys. A lot of the stuff that we've gone through, we had to figure it out and do it on our own. You guys don't have to do that anymore.
No, because that's what we're here for.
So, everyone knows that, I am big on seeing and helping the world. Save the world, Kathy. What? Why those eyes?
You know why those eyes? Because she literally be trying to save the world, and I'll be over there just looking like I'm gonna pop you upside your head if you help one more person that do not deserve you and your awesomeness. That's why. Because some people, honestly, real talk, they don't deserve it. Everybody don't deserve you.
Okay, but you know what's really funny with all of this? They actually get both of us now. And so really, I won.
I hate you.
Because now the Business Lab is just a creative way that Mimi gets to help save the world with me.
I know, but see, look, I like helping people though. I truly do. I like helping people. I just go about it in a different way, yes, than you do. A lot of people don't realize that I'm very much an introvert. And so I like to help behind the scenes and all that. But when you get to know me, you get all this. Right. And I think it throws people off when they do see it.
People don't know how goofy we are.
Right.
Actually.
Right.
Because most of the time people think, well, a lot of times they used to think I was stuck up.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be bothered. She's mean, all of that.
Oh, you know what that takes me to? Gosh, when I first met you, you were an entrepreneur. Oh my gosh. It was at an event. I forgot what the event was for because I didn't care about the event once I got there and saw this woman in action. I seen this little bitty thing, y'all. Y'all know Kathy like 4'2", right?
5'2", thank you.
4'2", 4'2", like I said. So I was just seeing this little bitty woman running around this event, telling everybody what to do. And it was like some gala that I cannot remember exactly what it was, but it was like some gala. And you were literally running around because it was a gala that happened before Leo's party. It happened before Leo's all white party. It was something it was months before that. But I had already made it up in my mind. When I seen this boss running around, I was like, I need to know this lady. And so months later, we had a mutual friend and he was having an all white party. And there she showed up again. I was like, this bitch ain't getting away now.
Oh my God.
I was like, no, we gonna be friends. Hey, friend. No, seriously, but that's how I was. I was literally with a group of other people, left them jokers to go over there and really introduce myself.
That's so crazy.
It was like the most opportunity. He was looking at me like, yeah, hey. And anyway, I still got to do this. I'm like, yeah, but I wanted to make sure that I actually introduced myself. I am Leo's friend as well. Like, that's how I was. I wanted to make sure that you know that I wasn't just saying hi just because it was his event.
But that's what I thought.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. So basically, after that, look, everybody else thought she was such a bitch. And I was like, I love her. Everybody else, like, she used to show up to stuff and people used to be like, here she go telling people what to do. And I'm like, I love this. Like, I just loved everything about it.
But that's so crazy. If you are hired to do a job, I just do my job well.
Yeah.
Why does that make me a B? The B word. For those who don't know, I don't curse.
No, she doesn't curse. I do all that for her. That's okay. You know what? Hey. But you know, hey, I was like,
so you stalked me.
hold up. Yes, I did, because I was like, that bitch is a boss. Like, yes, I stalked her for a year straight. I'm not gonna lie. This chick used to post a look, because look, I had already went on the socials and made myself a friend. Wherever she was posting she was gonna be, I was there. Like every event behind the scenes for a year straight. I was making this chick my friend, regardless if she wanted to be my friend too. And I was showing up like she working, hey, and going about my business. I was being a little weirdo, y'all.
I got hoodwinked. Look at this.
I was being a weirdo. But how I got her was, look, I had my first feature film. I needed an event planner, and I knew she can be awesome with it because, I mean, she's done celebrities. You know, she was the Real Housewives of Atlanta, you know, their go-to person, all of this stuff. So I knew that she can make it work for me. But me and my trickery on this meeting to set up with her, it was straight trickery, not gonna lie. We get there. It's basically like, she gonna do this event. And then I told her to her face, you not gonna get rid of me. That day, I said it. You not gonna get rid of me. And I meant that. And we have like
all these years later.
Yes, all these years later. I mean, I meant that. And like you gotta understand, when she moves, she steps up and she just makes everything greater. Not only was that event jam-packed, she was running the media. She was doing everything, and all she was supposed to be doing was basically like the decorations and making it look pretty. But she stepped in to fill some voice. And look, I'm not even gonna lie, I had a whole different person supposed to be in charge of the media and all this other stuff.
Well, that's because I also invited media, and when I'm at anyone's event, and if I see a hole, I just try to step in and plug. Now, that's some of the things that get me in trouble with people, where people are upset with me because, in my defense, I don't mean to step on toes, but sometimes I step on toes.
Yeah, sometimes you got to.
And I just believe in getting the job done. And, if I'm involved with an event, I just want it to come out well. So I just do what needs to be done.
Yeah, and you did what you need to be done. And I didn't know that there were problems because you never brought those problems to me.
And I think I didn't really know they were all problems. I just saw a hole and I plugged it.
Hey, and that's what I'm talking about. Oh, you know what? If we didn't say this before, I'm going to say it now. Disclaimer. I, Omegia Keeys, I am a cusser. You could, I came out the womb cussing, let's just say that, but that's just me. Please refer back to the unfiltered part of this. We're going to give you business advice, but it's going to be, a bit of me in it in order to get the real me and not the me that everybody else sees when I'm in business mode. You're going to get the fun me. So that's the only way we can do that. When I'm passionate about things, especially doing it with my business partner, I get so passionate and those words just fly out. So she's used to it.
Yes.
So, because I will call somebody an MF in a minute. See, I said MF. I filtered it for you.
She's learning.
Oh my gosh. Hey, I cannot
Promise.
say that,
promise.
hey, Samuel L. Jackson, my uncle. No, I'm just playing. Okay, but you know what? But this is the truth though, I'm friendly though. Shoot, I'm so friendly.
Okay. You've gotten so much better. Because most people, when they meet you, they're afraid. It's like, oh my gosh, your friend just cursed me out. Or she told me don't talk to her. No, if you want to talk to me, talk to Kathy. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to work on it. She's getting so much better.
Look, in my defense, let me tell you, let's go back to this introvert part. I'm very much an introvert and I very much have social anxiety. If you come and try to talk to me at an event and it's an event that I'm putting on, I am so on the inside, I am battling with all sorts of anxiety. fear, that, what they say, the imposter syndrome. So I have to get myself together and get through that moment. So the fact that I'm telling you to even go talk to Kathy really means I want to talk to you later. I just can't do it right now. And when you're dealing with anxiety and things like that, it just doesn't always come out the right way.
And made me write that down because that's another point we probably need to discuss later, because
circle back.
A lot of times in business, there's so many things, the anxiety and fear and all of those things that are taking place that people don't understand, that sometimes you're dealing with. And then people just assume, yes, like me, you're a B, or no.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I have a lot going on mentally. I'm trying to keep it together, figure it out. I'm nervous, I'm scared, or just like, even a lot of artists, close friend of mine's, even getting up to perform, he said he would just be so nervous he would have to, throw up before each performance.
Right.
Because that was his way of getting himself together to go out there and do a great job for you guys. So a lot of times it's not that we're unapproachable or we don't want to be bothered or we're just this me. Sometimes we're human in business or whatever. We are dealing with things. We go through things just like the rest of them.
We sure do. But anyway,
yes.
Today's episode focuses on having a foundation. Every business, big or small, requires a strong foundation. Here are 10 tips to build a strong foundation for your new business or a business you already have. I'm saying your new business because we definitely help with those new businesses as well. The first part of having a strong foundation is what?
Creating a website.
And why is a website important though?
Because people need to be able to find you. They need to understand who you are and what you offer.
That's right. It makes you official.
Yes. It's your face card. It's where people can find you. They need to be able to. And in today's society, everybody want to be able to look through all of your stuff.
Yeah.
Before they can trust you.
Right.
So
yeah. It's that. And also you own your own content.
Correct.
You own your own content. There's no worries about you shutting down. We are filming this episode in December for the new year. You guys are going to hear it on the new year. But y'all remember a couple weeks ago, Facebook shut down. All of Facebook and everything shut down. And a lot of businesses couldn't function that were solely run on social media. But you can still function if you have your own website and you're able to collect email addresses and things like that. So that's funny. What's step number 2?
Connect with your target market online.
Yes.
Make those social media accounts.
Yes. If you're branding you, then, okay, but your business needs accounts. Your business needs a voice.
Yes.
Yeah, a voice. And I know a lot of people I have a lot of friends that are business owners. We both have friends that are business owners, but you would never know it because their personal page is just all over the place.
Yes.
And they never even talk about it. There's nothing on their personal page to say, this is my business. You go to my personal page, you're going to get my jokes, me acting a fool, but you're going to get the business stuff too, to send you to those other pages to look at it. So it's not confusing. And I make it clear that, my personal page, that's not my brand. That's just me.
And that's very important with this because I had to separate. So a lot of times I have and there may be a lot of you guys who see this and you guys are trying to reach me on my personal page. But if it's a business relationship, my business page is open for everyone. That's the page. Reach out to me. I'm still going to get it. And my personal page is just that, because there are things sometimes I just want to say and get out, and I don't want to have to worry about someone critiquing every little detail.
Yeah.
It's 2 separate things.
Yeah. You have to have that separate life, and it's okay. And it's okay to set boundaries with that shoot. Yes. Yeah, that boundaries, look, this is my business and this is me. You set those boundaries in your personal life and you could set those boundaries in your business.
But you still have the ability to do on both.
You absolutely do, because we both do it. Yeah,
yes.
we do it, but people don't like that's my business page, because people that know me, they know we are business women. So hey, you can do business on both, but you also have the standalone.
Yes.
Yes, we're gonna move on to number 3, and then I got this one because this was my problem child. It no longer is my problem child because of Kathy.
I get blamed for everything.
Yes, you get the blame everything. Yes. Focus on relationship marketing. Woo, child. In the beginning, them struggles.
I'm gonna sit this.
Oh my God. No, because for real, in the beginning, I didn't like to share me. I like to stay behind the scenes. And you know this. I am like behind the scenes. Like, it is so funny. Like, a lot of things that I was even there for Kathy on, you didn't see me in any of the photos because I'm the one taking the photos. I am the creative. Like, I literally hide behind like the camera. I think for MC Light's event, she was like, "Girl, if you don't get off the camera and get into this photo,"
yes, I'm like,
because I normally don't. Like, there has never been me. Like, you would never know that I even knew these celebrities or anything like that, because I'm always, behind the lens. But I stepped around and, I did take a photo with her, which I'm so happy for, because when it pops up on my timeline now, I'm like, oh yes, yes, yes. But Kathy helped me, get out of that. Because the key word with relationship marketing is relationships. You can't constantly sell to people. They will drop off your social media like flies if that is all that you do. If every time they turn around you sell, you're like, dang, I mean, can you give me some condolences on my sister passing away or whatever? And speaking of,
oh goodness.
Yes, I did lose my sister, one of my sisters this year. I come from a big family. I did lose one of my sisters this year. And someone took that as a freaking opportunity to send me a direct message. Sorry for your loss, but can you help me with XYZ? That is not how you build a relationship. Yeah.
I did say I was gonna sit this one out.
Yeah. But the point is building relationships, because some people will buy from you because they like you, and therefore they like, your business. So I have come a long way with that. I have come a long way with, fighting through the anxiety and things like that. But one of those things is I come up out of this because I know that Kathy is there to catch me.
Boy. I'm proud of you. Every day I'm like, wow, this chick has evolved.
I mean, well, look, in the military, I didn't have to be all right. I didn't have to do any of that stuff. Just sit there and, left, right, left, and, walk in a room and say what I want, straight blunt out to, whoever, and go on about my business.
And I think that's, why we do mesh, because I also have that other side who cut to the chase.
Yes.
What's your point? Get to it. But then I also have that, can we all just get along? Can we love each other?
Yes, she does. Yes, she does.
Because
we are the world.
Okay, what's number 4?
Number four. Have a business plan. It doesn't have to be 28 pages long. It could be something simple as my early business plans. It was literally me and my notebooks. I still do the notebooks. I have a notebook, or like everything's in my notebooks. It can be something quick, but just write down your plan. Start it in a notebook and then transition it. But the point is to have those steps and to let you know where you're trying to go, and have something to look back on. Okay, what does it take to get to here? You want $1 million? Okay, what other steps does it take to get to being $1 million? Because if you never take those steps, you'll never be a millionaire.
Yeah, and your business plan is, equivalent to like your vision board. Mm-hmm. You have to be able to see it, write it down, and achieve it, and check it off. I know for me, I have like 30 different notebooks. Every year, someone's buying me a new book or something. Mimi buys me a book. Shantae, I think Quincy, Leo, everybody are buying planners, because I'm constantly having to write things down, because I love to be able to jot. I will wake up at 3-4 o'clock in the morning with an idea. And a lot of times I actually, in my phone, and this is a good one, a tip if you guys don't know this, I actually have myself in my phone so I can text things to myself.
Oh gosh, I constantly look. I will text myself. I will messenger myself, and I use the mess out of that notes app up in there. But the point is, have a business plan. You know where else you can get a business plan? And if you need some help, we have the course. Yes. Master your digital business like a boss, which breaks down the business plan. And if you don't want to go through a whole course, we actually have the book too. And it has the templates and everything inside of that. So you know what? It's inside of the book, where we go completely in depth on this category. So you know what? Bottom line is get the book, get the course, get the book, get the course.
It's awesome. It's amazing. And guess what? Everything you do is amazing.
You too, because you're awesome.
You're so corny, man.
I am. I am with me and my little jokes, and I know it. And it's so funny because, like we said, everybody don't get this side of me. Yes. But hey, I'm glad. And that's the other reason why we're doing this podcast together, so we can feed off of each other and you can get the realness that is us.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Number 5. Set goals.
Yes. Set those goals. What are you trying to achieve? Are you just flying around all willy-nilly, Kathy?
That's most of us. Yes, flying around willy-nilly and don't know what to do. It's important. Set goals. Because you can't achieve them if you don't write them down.
Yeah, write them down. Hold yourself accountable. Get an accountability partner. And set obtainable goals.
Yeah.
Like that's the key too. Like, I since I said $1 million, like let's take that $1 million for example. You got to make $1,000 before you can make $1 million. So set that goal of how you're going to make that $1,000, which is more attainable and more achievable. And you can celebrate when you get that $1,000. Right. Yeah. Make those goals, because if you make your goals too big without some milestones in between to get to them, you're going to get discouraged and you're going to quit. Yes. So we don't want you to quit. So no. Set those goals. Set those goals. What's number 6?
Listen to your customers.
Ooh, child. Yeah, listen to your customers. Now we know there are some Karens out there. No, that is not who we're talking about. But we're not talking about the Karens. But if everyone has the same complaint, there has to be something to it and fix it.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, one of our things is the course came about because of this, because we're constantly being so asked constantly, how do you do this? How do you do that? How do you do this? And I mean, we're only 2 people. And so that's why we came up with the course, because there is a need for this business course to walk you from A to Z, because we can't physically walk you from A to Z every day. We can't help you. You
can't talk to everybody, can't do for everybody. It's not enough time in a day.
Yeah. So listen to your customers. Or, if you're in a product business, let's say you're making some soap and you're deciding to put, herbs and things like that in your soap. If all your customers are telling you the soap is scratching them up, you may want to take whatever it is scratching them up out of there. How about that?
Yes. And if you're one of these famous chicken places, it's time to get you some new employees, so your lines is not wrapped around the building and everybody's sitting in line. And I stopped today just to get coffee before I got here, and I'm just annoyed. And I pulled up to the drive-thru and I said, hello, sitting there like 2 minutes. Hello? She's like, okay, what's your order? No, hello, welcome to blah, 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 nothing. And then I placed my order and I said, hello? She said, is that it? I said, yes. Okay.
Oh, dang.
Customer service is out the window.
Customer service is out the window. I mean, if you're going to be a chicken place, please stop running out of chicken. That's my other complaint on them. So whatever.
Yes.
What's number 7, Kathy?
Focus on 3 basic things for your growth. Gain new customers, scale up the bundles, upsell, increase transactions.
Yeah. Basically, you know what? Create an urgency. Yeah. That's how you grow. I know it sounds simple, but that is really the basic fundamental things. You need those customers And to get those customers, upsell, hey, if that person that you went to at the chicken place had any sense when you placed your order for the coffee, be like, can we interest you in this apple pie or whatever, da, da, da.
They have stopped doing that in the restaurant business, period. No one ever asks, can I get you anything else? I think the only thing I'm asked, would you like dessert?
Yeah,
and that's at at least fine dining or something like that. But a lot of the restaurants, they don't ask, would you like something to drink? Nothing.
Now they trying to turn them tables over and get you out their way. They tired, girl. They tired. Number 8.
Build a community.
If social media is your thing, you should focus on building a community. You can't be antisocial and want to be in business. Okay. I know, right? But this is something that I actually had to learn. When I was out there, like, I think people thought I was probably Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde when I was out there at book events selling books, because literally I'm at a book event and I had to force myself to be this outgoing in person to make those sales. But once I take it as like being in character and putting on this outfit to get through the day, but I would be so exhausted by the end of the day. But I made it a point to speak and be friendly and be cordial with everyone. So that was me getting out of being antisocial. But you can't be, if you want to be in business, you really can't be antisocial. People have to actually like you. So yeah.
And again, balance it out.
Yeah.
So that actually works for us because I'm more of the outgoing, even though I like my space and my private time. Yeah. I do. But I'm probably going to be the one to say, hey, how are you?
Yes.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
And this one is going to be like, just send me a message online.
But the funny thing is, online, you wouldn't think I was antisocial because I'm in the comfort of my own home. I'm not around people. From the day one of me being on social media, heck, I don't care. I'll take it back to Black Planet and MySpace. I don't care. I have always shared my progress online. And without knowing it, I was constantly building communities because
correct.
And my sharing was, it was never trying to brag or anything, but I wanted to show people that, hey, if I can do this, you can do it too. Yeah. And my goal for that was, I've always wanted to help people in that way. Be like, look what I'm doing to show you that you can do it, because I never really had those mentors and things to look up. Don't get me wrong. My mama is awesome. My mama was a hustler. My mama could sell you anything, back in the day. I mean, heck, she still can with the vegetable stand. But we didn't have those, those foundation business builders. I mean, it didn't take me till I was an adult to actually realize those were businesses my mother was running, because it was so, roundabout way. It was a lot of things that needed to be handled better. But I never saw anybody doing what I was doing. So that's why I wanted to be that for other people.
And let me just clarify this, because you guys may hear me get on me about her being social or whatever, but it takes you back to the beginning when she started sharing her story of just being in the military and kind of what she's used to. So I get it and understand it. So it's moving past those comfort zones.
Oh God, yes.
To be able to do it, because it's easy to hide, behind online or in that person. And I just wanted her, because a lot of the things that I like and love about you, it's there. And I want other people to see it. I don't want it to be in that little box of just you and I, because you have that fun side and the silly. I mean, a lot of times I say, we're so goofy.
Yeah.
We take pictures and, just doing a lot of stuff. And I want people to see what I fell in love with you, of that relationship. So, I'm on her, but she is so much better. And I'm proud.
Oh, well, thank you. I try. Yes, but but there still may be those moments, like if we're in an event, especially like, because we're going to be doing a women's conference next year. Woo, Lord child. Woo, pray for me, y'all. Pray for me. And we still have our book premieres and stuff. Not, excuse me. Well, we will have book premieres, but we still have films coming out. Like for Surviving America, I had to be up on that stage, talking to people. And that's a very uncomfortable subject. I could write it, I could direct it. I forced myself to get on camera for a hot second. But, even with all of that, I still, it's a fight for me to do it. And but I do it more willingly now, because before, when you would tell me to do stuff, I was like, hell no, nah, nope. You want me to? Nope, I ain't doing it.
And then I'm like, okay, and then why she do it?
But yes, we get to it. But even with that said, like when we have our premiere for Faded in 2022, it's gonna take those those moments of me. Okay, because I remember with Surviving America, Ezzy, he asked me, he was like, "Are you okay?" Yes. When I was in my moment trying to gather myself, because he had never seen me like that. He's always seen me the outgoing person and everything, yes. But he never seen me in that environment where I was just like, whoa. And especially, like I said, Surviving America is such a heavy subject. When you're talking about race relations, and then we're also talking about our parents and other people that we know that are in this documentary. When you go there, it was just so heavy. I was so worried about doing it justice.
Yes, but you did it justice. It was a phenomenal. And yes, shout out to everyone that was involved with Surviving America. That project, it is absolutely amazing. So make sure, yes, shameless plug, but it's our stuff. It's part of our business. So make sure you go out and watch Surviving America. It's on
Surviving America on Amazon, and it's on Tubi. Yeah, Tubi TV. Yes. On both of them. Hey, if you got Amazon Prime, or even if you don't, go out and watch it anyway. Hey. Yeah. Number 9. Learn, and more learn. Yeah. I'm constantly staying up with all of the new trends when it comes to business. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I stay up on all the trends, and then I tell Kathy about all the trends when it comes to this side of the business, because that's me. Mm-hmm. That's just me. And and then she jumps right on it to go along with the trends. I don't know, but I'm constantly like, I'm a behind the scenes, I am a techie too. So I'm looking at everything. Hey, and even with a business degree, mm-hmm. and finishing up my MBA, I will be done in September of 2022. Yeah. Hey, there is still always more to learn. Like if you think you have learned everything that you need to learn up in your business, you will fail. Yeah. But you know what? One thing I do though, I learn from millionaires. I can't learn from your broke folks. Because if you want to learn and grow, you have to get beyond, your area. There's nothing anybody beneath me can tell me about running our business. And what's crazy was like, when my brother, like my brother is so crazy. My brother Robert, we're literally like burying our sister. And my brother says to me, "How do you feel about making your first million?" And I was like, "What, Negro? I haven't." He was like, "I want you to go home and add up your finances since you started your business." Why did I go home and add up everything? And damn it, bitch, I'm a millionaire. Well, I was. But the problem is I'm always funding films.
Yes.
I put everything I have up into films and stuff. And rightfully so, I have from 2007 to 2021, I did make over $1 million.
High five.
Yes. So it was just so weird. But that was something that I had to learn from my brother. And it wasn't learn, oh, you're a millionaire, so you can brag about it. It was learn to take the time to realize how far you've gotten, and learn. Appreciate all the things that you did. It was his way of telling me how proud he was of me, and
that's great.
Yeah, and it was also a thing for me too that girl, we need an accountant. Because I do all the stuff. Yes, I did take classes and courses and other stuff, but I can do it enough to get by. But we are now in a different tax bracket that I gotta have. We gotta hire somebody else.
And also with that is, yes, having those mentors.
Yeah.
Because I know when I started Tell All, I had two mentors, and they were awesome. John and Patrice, they taught me so much. I watched them, and not only in business, but just as people.
Yeah.
And they were amazing. And a lot of times, a friend of mine that passed away a couple years ago, I didn't realize how he would just be a big part of who I am, because I learned the do's and the don'ts. And when I tell you, I quickly learned how to think outside the box. I'm always, I'm gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
So, when the joke was, okay, she's Olivia Pope Fix It, I had to learn how to fix things.
Right.
And all of that, I did. I learned it from him. And, he's millions of dollars, and he always told me, taught me, of not staying broke.
Hey, and that's
coming up with some new things.
Hey, that brings us, not staying broke brings us to number 10. What's number 10, Gabby?
Having a strong foundation.
No.
Pivot.
Yes. Pivot.
Yes.
Pivot. Yes. A pivot is not a fail. A pivot is knowing that you need to make an adjustment, for this to work. Because you can't, if something's not working and you're constantly doing the same thing over and over and over again, and you're saying, I'm just going to stick with it, but you're not putting things in to help you get past whatever this blockage is, then you need to move on. Like say, we pivoted. We literally started.
You mean like me pivoting now?
Oh yeah. You pivoted now, but no. When we started Lab Cosmetics, we started Lab Cosmetics right when the pandemic hit, right before it exploded, rather. And quickly we had to go from makeup to masks.
Right. And you guys can understand, you're starting a new cosmetic line where we're excited about lipstick colors, and then now nobody wants to put on lipstick because they got to put on mask. And then pivoting to, okay, well, now we're all in the house, so take your mask off and dress up and look cute.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy. And you know what? We could have just been like, oh, well, this sucks, just let it go. But no, we quickly, within a week, shifted to masks, but bling masks, that make that fashionable statement while you're out. Masks that had the filter in it, you're protected, you're covered, but wearing a mask. But within 6 months, because of that pivot, we cleared $106,000.
High five.
Yes. So hey, yeah, let's go back and recap these things from start to scratch on these 10 things so they can get them all quickly together. What was
number one? Create a website.
Hey. Number 2, connect with your target market online.
Number 3, focus on relationship marketing.
Number 4, have a business plan.
Number 5, set goals.
Hey, goals. Listen to your customers is number 6.
7, focus on 3 basic new growth, sales, urgency, and frequent transactions.
Hey, number 8, build a community.
Number 9, learn.
Yes. And number 10, know when to pivot. And there you have it. Without a strong foundation, your business will fail. But we ain't gonna let that happen, are we?
No, can't.
Yeah.
We're not quitters and we're not failures, so
we ain't gonna let that happen for us, and we're definitely not gonna let it for you. If you need any help, you can check out the ebooks or the course.
Business Like a Boss.
That's right. But girl, that's where they can find us at. Yeah. You can find us on Instagram and Facebook, at Business Like a Boss Inc. Yeah. Because we that. Yes. So that was a great episode on foundation, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. Until next time, this is the Business Lab Unfiltered with Omegia Keeys
and Kathy Taylor.
Yay! Until next time.